Eventually we'll find the time. And what if I believe you? Or what if and what if I could see you like I saw you the whole time? Go on, give it your all tonight. You can say anything you like. I'm not your savior, so far away, blinded by anger, you forgot who to blame. I'll never be your lighthouse in the dust. If I had my way, I'd guide you to the rocks. Go on, give it your all tonight. You can say anything you like. Poison my mind. You'll never be satisfied. Blame the divine. Eventually they'll find the time. And what if I believe you? Or what if I believe you? What if go on, give it your all tonight. You can say anything you like. I'm not your savior, so far away, blinded by anger, you forgot who to blame. I'll never be your lighthouse in the dust. If I had my way, I'd guide you to the rocks. Go on, give it your all tonight. You can say anything you like. You can say anything you like. Go and give it your all. You can say anything you like. What if I believed you? What if I could? Go on, give it your all tonight. You can say anything you like. I'm not your savior, so far away, blinded by anger, you forgot who to blame. I'll never be your lighthouse in the dust. If I had my way, I'd guide you to the rocks. Go on, give it your all tonight. You can say anything you like. Go on, give it your all tonight. Oh.
Welcome back to Whiskeyville_TV. Cedar Lake Speedway with the National Auto Racing Club. Short field here tonight. Should be a pretty quick one. They had a longer than usual practice session. Usually about a 2-minute dust off the racetrack. Well, this time they had about a 6-minute practice session. give or take a couple seconds. Heat race 1. These drivers about to get graded up. 8 drivers are going to be racing in heat race number 1. And here's going to be the starting grid. Out of these guys, Jared out of Pennsylvania, the number 8 machine. He'll be there to the top of the charge with Brandon Garman there to the outside. You have Zach there in the inside of the second row with Bryce to the outside. Blake Andrews will be starting up in P5. Zach J. Miller, he'll be starting up in the outside of the third row. Brandon, the double deuce, he'll be starting up in P7. Then Jordan be rounding out that 8th and final spot out here onto the raceway. Here's a little bit of race info here tonight. Cedar Lake Speedway, track length 0.29 miles. That's all we get here. Pretty basic racetrack, pretty oval-like. Nothing too fancy about it. The outside wall, we'll try to creep up on you a little bit. Come out of turn 2 and turn 4. Besides that, have at it. Plenty of grip out there onto the raceway. National Racing Club just got done with their 2 nights of Kings Royal Racing. They got that wrapped on up, and we're back to the regular season. Closing up onto the regular season as well. Personal Evolution Company up there in the top right-hand corner. Always a proud sponsor for the National Racing Club. Same thing as the School of Sim Racing. Cedar Lake Speedway here tonight, and then one more race. That's going to be at the dirt track at Charlotte. Finishing up week number 14, only one off week. Sorry, my apologies, 2 off weeks in their 14-week season. Ten laps is going to be the scheduled distance. Top 4 will be advancing. But everybody here tonight will be making the A-main show as a green flag is going to wave, and Jared is going to lead on down to turn number 1. On the race field, Jared going to lead a lap number 2, down the backstretch into turn 3. Now he's going to come out of 4 and lead this lap. So Jared, then Brandon is up to the second spot. Zach, P3, then Bryce, and P4. Nobody has made a pass out there onto the raceway besides this guy right here. Bryce has gone around Zach J. Miller. He's the only guy that has made one simple pass. Down the back chute into turns number 3 and 4 now. He tries a look on the outside of Blake Andrews. Does he do it? Yes, he does. Up to the second spot now is Zach. Got around Brandon Garman. Down the front chute into turn 4. We work laps 6 and 10. 1 minute and 2 seconds here in heat race number 1. Best lap time out there on the race, or up there on your screen right now. Jared, the race leader, 11.208. Has led every single lap. Might as well throw down the hot lap as well. Shot of the race field once again. Brandon trying to hold on to that third spot. Bryce Barr is trying to rip the lip around this corner in that all-purple car. One last shot down the back chute. Nothing's going to happen. Everything all single file here for heat race number 1. Everybody coming on home. Hard Charger only passed 2 cars. That's a double deuce machine. And then Zach, the only other driver that was able to pass somebody. We're already in the last and final heat race of tonight. Seven drivers will be gridding up. At least has a chance to grid up. Will they all grid up? I don't know. Here's going to be the starting grid for these guys. Jake Sonatag, the number 3 machine. He'll be there to the top of the chart with Trevor Royer there to the outside. You have Michael Sheridan there in the 3rd, and then Jeremiah Weigel. He'll be starting up in P4. Matthew, P5. Jeremy, 6. Jeff is going to round out that last and final spot there in that 7th place. Everybody does grid on up. So 7 cars, 10 laps around Cedar Lake Speedway here. Last heat race leader took off right when the green flag waved and did not look back at a massive, massive lead. Lights on the pace trucks off this time by as they enter in turns 1 and 2. Number 3 car is going to be Jank. He'll be there to the inside. Trevor outside. UDTV up there on that top wing. We're set, ready to rock and roll. Jake stands on the skinny pedal, and we're racing here at Cedar Lake here for heat race number 2. Trevor had a massive run down the back stretch, and he's going to get another one. Almost 3 wide. Trevor going to try to squeeze that thing right there through the middle. Then you got the 24 just right rears a 90 car there into the outside containing wall. Some way Trevor was able to keep it going straight now. That was Matthew. And that number 64 car may just show that right rear a little bit too early. Now here comes Michael Sheridan working the bottom side part of the raceway. Jake outside. Michael trying to dig down onto the bottom side. Down the front stretch as they wheel and deal down back into turns number 1 and 2. Jake Game just tapped the outside wall down the front straightaway, but Michael doing a very good job down there on the bottom side trying to paint it. But man, getting plenty of grip down there for that number 15 machine as we work laps 7 of 10. Sonatag was able to lead the last 2 laps. Michael, he's definitely able to slide it on up if he wants to. Side by side once again, wheeling and dealing back down in turns 1 and 2. Sonatag letting that motor just sing outside. May get him right here though, and yes, he does. 3rd spot. Matthew's still holding on to the 3rd spot. Michael back here in P4. Trevor is being shown in the pits and out of this race here in heat race number 2. Back up front, one more trip around this place of Cedar Lake Speedway. Sonatag versus Michael down the back chute into turns 3 and 4. Jake Sonatag looks like he's going to power himself up in turn 4, going to pick himself up at heat race number 2 victory. And that's going to conclude all the heat races. We'll see if we do a constellation race or see if we go straight to the A main. Looks like we will be doing a B main. 7 cars will be in this one. Very fast drivers in the speed main event. A lot of guys that we see up front week in and week out. B-main, everybody loaded up into their cars. And these guys will slowly be rolling around this raceway. Here's going to be the starting grid here for the B-main event. That's how it's going to look. Brandon, he'll be there to the top spot with Jeff there to the outside. Zach, he'll be starting there in P3. Fourth spot is going to be Jerome. Fifth spot's going to be Blake Andrews. Sixth spot's going to be Trevor, then Jordan rounding out P7. And here we go. Stacked up, packed up, getting ready to rock and roll now. Lights on the pace truck is off. And green flag is out. Brandon steps on the loud pedal, and man, the second half of the pack did not get the giddy up and go signal. Jeremy trying to work the outside of Trevor now. Trevor inside. Trevor just throws that slider job. Went 3-1, wanted the spot. He went and got the spot. Zach J. Miller down there on the bottom side trying to catfish his way through this B-main. Everybody will be advancing in, so this is all just for the starting spots here for the A-main show. And here we go, Jeff versus Brandon. Out at turn 4. Who's going to lead it? It's going to be Brandon that time by. Brandon was able to grab the race lead down there to the bottom side part of the raceway, but Jeff got a little bit loose. Trevor slowly making his way up front. The Hard Charger's already moved up 3 spots. And here he goes, trying to figure out a way around this roadblock for him. Inside in the cockpit mode now, up Trevor. Man, they left that top lane open for him. Jeff's, will he take his line away? Down the back stretch into turns 3 and 4. Jeff going to keep it wide open for Trevor Royer. And he's going to take it down the front chute and wheeling and dealing here in turns 1 and 2. And the number 90 car has moved up 5 spots, seeing the white flag this time by. Brandon had that line. Went down there to the bottom side. And Jeff just never went up there next to the outside wall. The number 90 car just tiptoed his way right around him, and he's going to see the checker flag here for the B-main. And that's it. It's ready to go A-main racing time, the feature event coming up next. pole shuffle time. 6 drivers as they set the first 4 rows. Sorry, the first 3 rows. We'll see who can take the top spot and shuffle up the old grid here. Green flag out. Zach's gonna lead out. Squeeze. Brandon almost there to the outside wall. So you got Jared, Matthew, Michael, you have Jake, and you have Zach, and you have Brandon Gorman all in this race. 6 drivers out there. And that's Jake Sonatag down there to the bottom side part of the raceway. Remember the scoring and timing loop up there on your screen. That's just for the fastest lap time, since this is under a warm-up session. Man, really shows you how the A main is going to be starting out. And you can just see how much grip that bottom side is still. The bottom side still has plenty of grip left. Down the back, shooting into turns 3 and 4. Sonatag still going to lead this thing. That's number 18 machine there behind him. That's going to be Zach. Only 2 guys next to the outside wall. That's going to be Michael Sheridan. He actually sets the fastest lap time up next to the outside wall in that number 15 car. So there you go. First 3 rows set. We're ready to rock and roll. Jake Sonatag won that thing. And that number 410 sprint car of his. Checker flag gonna wave at the 6-minute mark, and now we're ready to rock and roll here at Cedar Lake Speedway with 14 machines. My apologies. 15 machines out there. So as everyone getting loaded up into their race cars, this is how the grid is going to look here for the A main show here tonight. And Jared from Pennsylvania, the number 8 machine. He'll be there to the top of his chart with Sonatag there to the outside. Remember, the top 3 rows could get shuffled up a little bit. Zach will be starting at 3rd, Michael P4, Brandon 5th, and Matthew rounding out P6. 4th row is going to be Bryce and Jeremy. P9 is going to be Trevor. 10th spot is going to be Jeff. Brandon is rounding out the 11th spot. And Jeremiah is going to be starting up there in the 12th spot. 13th place on back. That's going to be Blake Andrews, Zach J. Miller, and Jordan Eder, all rounding out the rest of the field. We'll have 1 extra pace lap, so 31 laps is what it's scheduled for, but will actually be 30 laps will be the actual race distance. Not a whole lot of cars here. Can the front of the pack catch the tail end of the pack? Well, the leaders have to slice and dice through traffic. This track actually races a lot tighter than what it seems. So Sonatag there to the front row, as well as Zach now. He'll be starting there to the outside in that number 18 machine. Jordan Eder will not be making the race start in that number 65 machine. He is showing out of this race. So 14 machines out there. We'll see what type of racing action we get. Down the backstretch, these cars will slowly crawl, and when they enter in turns 3 and 4, we'll wait till the number 3 machine stands on the skinny pedal. Foot to the floor. And 30 trips around here. Here we go. Green flag this time by. Launch on board. Trevor going to try and get around the 54 machine once again, a Mater, and he's going to actually make contact with a 13 car, and the yellow flag is going to wave. So the first yellow flag out on lap number 4, just about right at the 1 minute mark. Trevor looked like he tried to get down there to the bottom side, and there may have just been a car there. Watch it from this angle. Yeah, well, there you go. Look like their machines are okay. Does not look like they have too much damage. Bryce gets that thing whipped right around, and we're all still good to go. So Sonatag gonna lead this thing right in front of Sheridan. Those guys battle it out there in their heat races, side by side for half of the race. Jake was able to pull away just about a car length. Zach is now 3rd, and Jared is gonna round out that 4th spot. Lights on the pace truck is off this time by. Looks like we will be doing a single file restart. Nope, just kidding. Double file them up. Green flag. Back here is going to get a little sketchy, and you're going to have to tiptoe your way around this racetrack just for about 3 or 4 laps. Get the field a little bit spread out to give yourself some breathing room. Blake Andrews, the number 17 machine, Elk Grove Ford dealership. He was next to the outside wall, trying to get down there to the bottom side. Don't think he really likes the outside wall. May have just tapped it right there. Has a quick guy, the number 90 car, Trevor, right on his back bumper. Back up front, race lead. Michael leads it down the back stretch, gets in front of Sonatag. Sonatag actually drops back to the third spot. Jared's up to P2 now. So top two drivers, right rear tire next to the outside, scary wall, ripping the lip. Third spot on back. A lot of catfish and a lot of bottom feeding here. So now Sonatag tries to search for some speed. Outside shot of the race field. Everybody's still bunched on up here, but Michael really pulling a gap over the entire field as we watch on board for this 4th and 5th spot. Zach bottom side, Matthew Mater there to the outside as they enter in turns 1 and 2, or sorry, in turns 3 and 4. Down the front chute and right back down in turns 1 and 2. The field is slowly starting to get spread out now, and now the chase is on. Can anyone run down the number 15 machine and Michael Sheridan? And he has a pretty good gap up there, or out there onto the racetrack. A 1.5 a second gap for the 15 car. Blake Andrews, he's still rolling around about the 8th spot. Trevor was able to get around him a couple laps ago. Brandon Carmen inside the top 10. He rounds out the 9th spot. In the 10th place on back, it's anybody's race. Bryce is in it. Jeff, he's there. Jeremy Weigel. And that number 20 machine, he rounds out P12. Track map up there on your race screen now. That is a race leader. Or sorry, that is their running order. 14th place at Jeremy. Could be going a lap down in just about a couple laps. There's Jeremy. There's our race leader right there behind him. The number 7 car looking a little loose out there here at Cedar Lake Speedway. He's going to try to stay out of the leader's way down there to the bottom side part of the raceway. After that, we still have about a full straightaway. Watch the race leader, Michael Sheridan, try to work the outside. Does he get around the 7 car? No harm, no foul. Looks like Michael will do it down the front or down the back stretch. And he does. A 1.5 second lead for Michael went down to about a 1.2 second gap now. 3rd spot in Jared trying to hold off Trevor. Our hard charger is this number 90 car. He's moved up 5 spots here in the Mac Daddy show with just 10 laps to go. We've only had 1 caution flag wave. Race is still on back here for the 5th and 6th spot as Zach and Matthew are still battling it out wheel to wheel. These guys have been side by side the entire race. Right now, Zach looks like he finally got around him. Maynard's actually going to drop back a couple of spots. And that number 64 car actually got a little bit of loose. He actually may have made a little bit of contact with another machine out there. That's Matthew with Evil Empire. 1 caution flag does waved, and that 1.5 second gap is now inside of 1 second. Jake Sonatag trying to make a late charge to the front. Last lap time up there on your race screen now. Michael ran a 12.9. Sonatag ran a 12.8. Can the number 3 car catch a back bumper of the 15? And don't count out the number 90 machine, the hard charger of Trevor. And now Michael Sheridan going to start switching up his lines. He knows he has to do something. A 12.9 last time. Trevor a 12.4. Slide job on Sonatag. They go side by side, and that's exactly what the race leader needs. Gap still back up there on your raceway. Sonatag gets crazy loose. He's going to slide it next to the outside wall. And that 1.5 second gap is slowly starting to get back up front. So both of these guys were inside of a 1 second gap to the race leader of Michael. They started battling it out, and that's exactly what Sheridan needed. White flag in the flagsman's hand, and Michael Sheridan is actually going to see it this time by 1 more lap around Cedar Lake Speedway for the 15 machine. Nothing happened up into the top 3. This is all for a top 5 spot. Look at that. Blake Andrews powering himself around the 18 machine. And the checker flag is going to wave for the entire field, a 14-car field. 2 cars go a lap down. Everybody else will be finishing on the lead lap, and we'll be seeing the checker flag. One guy, looked like Brandon Garman, is going to end his night there in the pits. Quick night of racing, 9 minutes and about 40 seconds is all it took for the A main show. 1 caution flag on lap number 4. And now Michael Sheridan is going to put his name in that 2-time winner category for the National Auto Racing Club. Man, what a race. 2 drivers tracking down the race leader pretty quick, too. They just got a little bit side by side, got a little bit racy, and ended both of their chances to winning this thing. So we'll jump inside the broadcast booth, jump inside their Discord page, get an interview with the top 3 drivers. Final results up there on your screen now. Michael Sheridan with Brent Marks racing a sim team there to the top of the charts. Trevor second, Jake third. Jared is going to round out P4. Blake Andrews, you have Zach in 6th, Brandon 7th, Bryce 8th, Jerry Roman 9th place, and Matthew running out the 10th spot. 11th spot's going to be Jeff. Zach's going to round out P12. Jeremy 13th. Brandon, they have Jordan Enter, who did not make the race start here tonight for the A main show. The guy that's going to finish up in the 3rd spot is going to be Jake. And, dude, that was a fun race, man. Tracking down the race leader late in that race, but then you got with a side-by-side battle there with Trevor.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I didn't even realized Trevor was that close behind us until I seen him throw the slider, and then battle was on, and he was just a faster car.
Track looked very, very racy. 2 different grooves out there onto the racetrack. Top side looked like it was your preferred groove, though.
Yeah, I started out on the bottom because in the dash, the bottom felt so good to me, so I figured I'd start out on the bottom and see how long that would last, and it didn't last very long. After that first caution, I got stuck on the bottom for a while there and let a couple guys go by, and then I got back up to the top and was able to get back up to the leaders.
Well, man, you had a very fast machine here at Cedar Lake Speedway, so congratulations on a podium finish. You got any shout-outs that you would like to give?
I'd just like to thank my teammates for all those guys do, all the practice sessions they put up and stuff, and that helps me a lot and gives me more practice time. Yeah, I just gotta thank those guys.
Very cool, man. We'll see you. 1 more race to go. That's the dirt track of Charlotte for week number 14, and we'll try to catch you there.
All right, see you. Thanks.
Thanks, man. Jake Sonatag going to finish up in that last step of the podium spot. The guy that's going to finish here in the 2nd spot is going to be Trevor. And Trevor, dude, what a wild night for you. Heat race did not go as planned. You get to the A main at a start kind of in the back part of the grid. You got caught up in a wreck. But, man, some way, somehow, you're still able to find yourself here in a 2nd spot.
Yeah, I thought I'd be racing in the dash and kind of got ran into in the heat, broke my front end, and then I just ended up crashing out of frustration trying to drive the thing too hard. So I was able to win the B, start myself in the top 10, and then I think that caution was probably my fault. Luckily, it didn't really damage anything. I was able to continue, start in the back, but man, Cedar Lake's tough to pass. I was stuck behind some guys for a while, and once they made a couple mistakes, and I was able to get by them, and I was like, oh man, I'm in like 3rd or 4th right here. And I started running down Jake and Mike, and me and Jake had a good battle there. He threw a slider in 3 and 4, and I just had a huge run. I wasn't expecting to close up on him so quick, and we made a little bit of contact. And by the time I got by Jake, Mike was a little too far away for me to get there. I feel like if I had if a yellow would have came out or a couple more laps, I feel like I could have gave Sheridan a run for the win there.
Well, you had an absolute rocket ship of a machine here. You were the hard charger, set the quickest lap time out there onto the racetrack. So, man, nope, sorry, you did not set the fastest lap time. Sorry, gotta bring you back down a little bit. But hey, second place here for the National Auto Racing Club here at Cedar Lake Speedway. Dirt track at Charlotte, last race onto this regular season. How do you feel about that place?
Actually, I enjoy. It's one of my more preferred tracks on the service. So we'll see. I'll probably be here next week for it, and we'll see what happens.
Good deal, man. Well, congratulations. You got any shout-outs that you'd like to give?
Yeah, my team, Black Diamond Motorsports, SSR and NARC for putting this league on, Drew Neal 19 Designs, Tim's Dirt Track Simulators, Ultimate Dirt TV, you at Whiskey Oval, Jake, for putting on the broadcast. You always do a great job. Excited to go back and watch the feature there. And congrats to Sheridan on the win and Jake on third place.
Very cool, man. We'll see you at the dirt track in Charlotte.
Yep. Thank you.
Thanks, man. Trevor going to come home. They're in the second spot on the podium finish. But the guy that's going to finish on the top spot is going to be Michael Sheridan. And, man, Michael, you had a 1.5 second lead, and then about halfway through the race, that 1.5 second lead slowly started to shrink.
Yeah, I could definitely tell those guys were gaining on me. I think with about 10 to go, my handling was not so well in the car. Car did not feel good whatsoever. And then I tried to start searching for a different line, and it didn't seem to matter where I ran. It just did not feel good. So I just kind of went with where I was running and just hoped it would be enough to come home with a win. And luckily enough, we ran out of laps so that I got the win, and those guys couldn't get me.
You're going to throw your name in that two-time category, two-time winner here for the National Auto Racing Club.
Yeah, it feels good to get 2 wins with this league. A lot of good guys, a lot of tough competition, so it's good to get 2 wins there in this league.
Well, man, you had a very good, you're having a very good season. One more race left on the schedule for the National Auto Racing Club for the 410 Outlaw Series. How do you feel about the dirt track at Charlotte, and how do you feel about your season so far?
So far, I feel pretty good. I've had a lot of good finishes in this league, so that definitely has to make you feel good about that. Dirt track at Charlotte, it's a good track. It's a tough track. Gets pretty sketchy on the top sometimes. We'll just kind of see how it goes, and hopefully lucky enough to come away with a good finish there as well.
Very cool, man. You got any shout-outs that you would like to give?
Yeah, all my teammates with the Brent Marks Racing Sim team, M&M Painting and Construction, Babs Auto Paints and Supply, Fredericksburg Eagle Hotel, K1 Race Gear, Wicked Cushion Esports, Wicked Cushion, Wolf Run Landscapes, Mama's Pizza of Wellsville. Jake, you with Whiskey Oval TV, phenomenal job as always with the broadcast. Thanks to SSR and NARC for putting this league on, and congrats to Trevor with second place and Jake on the third place run.
Thanks, man. We'll see if you can go back-to-back and throw your name in the 3-time category for the National Racing Club there at Dirt Track at Charlotte. Congratulations once again, man, and we'll talk to you soon.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Thanks, brother. Michael Sheridan coming home with the checkered flag here tonight at Cedar Lake Speedway. The most ovalish-like track out there on the sim racing platform. A perfect oval here. Final results one more time, and that's going to concludes tonight's broadcast. Thank you all for tuning in here to Wiscoval_TV, their Facebook, YouTube, and now on Twitch. Had a little bit of internet issues last couple weeks with this whole spectrum here. Some way, somehow, they got it all fixed up finally. After about 4 different people have came out. Went pretty smooth tonight, though. National Auto Racing Club, Personal Evolution Company, Outlaw 410 Sprint Car Series. Always a proud sponsor for the National Auto Racing Club. And the School of Sim Racing up there in your top right-hand corner. If you guys would like to join the section, go check them out on Facebook at School of Sim Racing and/or National Auto Racing Club. While you're at it, go ahead and check out Personal Evolution Company as well. One more track left to go. One more race left to go in this 14-week season. 12-race season, I guess, but 14-week season. That's going to be the dirt track at Charlotte. Make sure you guys tune in back for that. 8 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Central. Here on all 3 platforms of WhiskeyOval_TV. Until next time, everybody, thank you all for tuning in. Thanks for the likes, shares, and comments. Until next time, everyone, take care, stay safe. We'll talk to you soon.